sending out an e-packet. Oh, good, she's recording. We'll be sending out an e-packet to the whole chorus, and in the e-packet will be links to multiple documents, like a schedule for the weekend, like a packing list, makeup diagram and makeup packing list. So lots of that information will be at your fingertips anyway. But this is like a time where I give you some details and you have an opportunity to ask questions. Cool?
Yeah.
So I wouldn't be concerned with writing things down, but thanks for being proactive, Susie. So first things first. Say again?
Nerdy.
I like a nerd. I am a
We call it being a baritone.
Right. So I wanted to just start with hotel check-in. So whenever you're getting there, hotel check-in is going to be at 4, whether you get there on Thursday or Friday. Hotel check-in is at 4. And so if you get there prior to that, that's fine. They will have a secure area for your luggage. So if you're getting there on Friday, early, get your luggage settled. They may have your room available. Go to the front desk and ask. If it's not, though, get your luggage settled, but then you could still go over to the EGG or the ESPCC, that's the convention center up there, where you could watch the quartet contest, okay?
Oh.
So I don't want you to think just because you can't check into the hotel, you're like stuck, okay? So that would bring us then to how do we get to the ESPCC, the EGG, right? There are buses. So there are buses that go from 11 to 7 on Friday and 12 to 7 on Saturday. Those buses come every, 10, 15 minutes, maybe 20. So you just stand outside. If it's nice enough, stand outside the hotel lobby, and the buses will come through. You can't miss it. There will be someone from the region telling you this is a bus, to get there. And it literally drops you off right at the door of the EGG, and you go down an escalator and you're there. In the concourse area, there is like a whole boutique set up, so you can do some shopping. They do raffle baskets. The chorus actually that like assists with the whole weekend puts together the raffle baskets, and it's a fundraiser for them because they're the ones who are going to international this year. Okay, so bring money for that. And if you're like a big, raffle person, a lot of women bring their little address labels and stick them right on their tickets when they put them in the raffle.
That's right.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
I like that
Yeah.
idea.
So also what you'll find when you get to the concourse area where the boutique is, there's a registration desk. We're all registered. You all paid your regional assessment. So what you need to do at the registration desk is simply pick up it's called an all events badge. That's like your
That's
ticket.
at the EGG? At
It's
the
at
EGG?
Yeah.
Okay.
And again, this will all be in our schedule, the times it's open, and it'll say registration desk, pick up badges here. So you'll pick up a badge, and it's really like your ticket into the contest. Obviously, we're competing. We don't have to wear it when we go on stage, but you do need it to get back into the arena, convention hall, whatever, ballroom, whatever you want to call it, after you're done competing. All right. So it's called an all events badge. They give it to you usually with a little lanyard thing, and you just kind of wear it around your neck. All right. So you'll need it to get into the quartet contest as well. All righty. So speaking of quartet contest, on our schedule, you'll see we're going to have Marisa's timing for her quartet. We're going to have Christine's timing for her quartet, and harmony, of course, Harriet, Di, Heidi, and Leanne, right? Their quartet. So that way, you know what times are on stage. If you're in Albany, you should be there. You should be supporting them. You should be cheering them on. And then there's this little tradition afterwards where you go over and they'll go off stage, and when they come back in, they enter in a specific door, and like everyone will go over there and cheer for them and welcome them back into the convention hall. So you won't miss it if you're there watching. It'll happen, and you'll just go with people. You'll go with the flow, right? So that's quartet contest. So that's Friday. Any questions so far? Yeah, Susie.
So we're gonna get to the hotel. but we're not gonna get any identification until we get to the egg. We have to go to the egg no matter what.
Exactly, yes.
And so, but how will they know about the registration? Are we all registered individually at the hotel?
Yeah, at the hotel, yes. So hotel has all of our information. You go to the front desk, you say your name, and they know, they'll let you know if your room is ready, if it's prior to 4, or they'll let you up to your room if it's after 4.
Is that only for like the primary person on the room? Or do they
no,
have
all
the
names are on there.
Okay.
Yeah. So all names are on there. Everyone should be able to get a room key. And this is new this year. The chorus doesn't even know this, but in the past we weren't allowed to like charge things to our room. But this year you can leave a credit card and charge incidentals. I don't know. I don't even know if they're doing room service. So I don't know what the incidentals would be. But just, if that's something you are interested in, make sure you leave a credit card at the front desk when you check in. But it's all been paid for, remember? So you check in, you don't have to leave your credit card unless, like I said, you want to pay for some incidentals. But then when you leave, you just leave. You don't even have to check out because unless you have to pay for something you ordered to your credit card. But we've covered everything already. We paid a deposit already, and then our financial person, Janet, will pay the balance when we're up there. All right. So then, go ahead, Susie.
Sorry. Hotels. Are we all gonna be on the same floor? Are they
Great question.
grouping us?
They do try and clump us together. So when I submitted, all of our paperwork for everyone, they literally look to see where they could squeeze us and what, depending on the type of room you requested, right? It's not always feasible that we're all on the same floor because obviously they have other guests. It is graduation weekend. There are certain rooms on the floors that are suites or, so things like that. But typically you'll have a couple of other GNC people, on your floor, either, right next to you or down the hall. Okay. And then of course, when you start seeing your friends, you say, what room are you in? What room are you in? So if you wanted to like meet up or chat.
People will make like fun signs to put on their doors too, so that you can find them, right?
We've never done that,
Okay.
Marissa.
Oh,
Stopped doing,
Cute, I like it.
Marissa, we
Good
stopped
idea.
doing that.
okay.
Yeah, we stopped doing that a bit ago, partly because of, I don't know, maybe just other people in the hotel. We didn't want to self-identify and then have
Security
possibly have somebody
Yeah.
come to your room when we are out of the room. It became a little bit of we stopped doing that. I know I
Okay.
go way back in the years when they were adorned with all kinds of things, but not so
Yeah.
much anymore.
Yeah, Saratoga gives us like door hangers just to say it's like a Saratoga soundtrack room.
Oh, well, that's different. I don't know. We haven't. done-
All right,
I don't
maybe,
know.
I mean, that's a cute idea, and I'm gonna put it in my back pocket for next year. A door hanger is a good idea. I know in the past, so unfortunately COVID, we won't have a Greater Nassau Chorus like hospitality suite, which we've done in the past, but that door has typically been decorated, but maybe just the night of the party. But anyway, so yeah, Susie, you'll probably have people on your floor. All right. So that's typically Friday, but after contests, and again, if you're at the contest, stay till the end, see who wins, hopefully it's one of ours. And then we have our rehearsal, right? So if you order the dinner, you'll get your dinner. And then our rehearsal Friday night is, I believe, 8 to 9. Again, it's going to be on the schedule. No one has the information yet. Everyone's going to be getting that at the same time. But our rehearsal is back at the Hilton. Okay. So that's where we'll get some possibly virtual coaching with Ruth Ann and Betty. So that is, like I said, 8 to 9 in like a ballroom in the Hilton, and then it's off to bed, get a good night's sleep, and then Saturday's our day, right? So the typical plan for Saturday, we We meet for breakfast. We do a little bonding, a little, like pep talk, and we do some warming up and rehearsing. Okay. So I don't know exactly what Harriet's plan is, but we do have that room from 9 a.m. to 12. So depending on what Harriet wants to do and how she wants to use that time will depend on when you get dressed, get your costume on, get your makeup done. Okay. So that information's still coming. But we have that room from 9 till 12. Okay. Yes, Elizabeth.
Question. So are we done and made up for breakfast?
So that's what I was getting at. Like, it's not clear yet because we don't know if we
okay.
want to be in that room from 9 to 12. Chances are, especially, did you guys get to go to the makeup Zoom?
That was my other question. Did they record that? Because I
They
was.
did.
Oh, good. So if I can get a copy of that recording, that'd be awesome.
Yes. So reach out.
Me too.
Yeah, reach out to Rebecca,
Okay.
Rebecca Ryan, and ask her if she could send it.
Okay.
Because if you're new to putting on the makeup, you might want to give yourself some extra time. So probably doing it before breakfast is a good idea. And don't worry, because most of us will do it before breakfast. So it's not weird if you show up at breakfast with all your makeup on. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Costume I wouldn't put on before
Okay.
breakfast.
Okay.
Because we don't want to spill on it, whatever. And we do have time after that rehearsal breakfast space is up. We have time before we have to meet back up again.
Okay.
So and so again, it'll be on the schedule, but there is going to be a time where we're expected to meet back up. Harriet will do whatever she wants to do, and then we gather in the hotel lobby for the buses to pick us up, to bring us to the egg. We go on that bus as a chorus. We get our own bus. And Harriet will let us know how she wants us to be on the bus. Typically, we're not really talking or singing, or we're kind of in the zone, trying to stay focused. And, just focusing on our personal performances. We get to the egg. They escort us down these elevators. Masks are on this whole time, by the way. Again, chorus doesn't have this information yet either, but we've assumed that was going to be the plan, right? So at all times, masks will be on. We go down these elevators and we get to like a backstage area, and there's a primp room. Used to be called a primp room, used to be called a primp / warm-up room, but this year we can't do anything in that room but hum. So we used to be able to, they used to have things in there like hairspray and lip gloss and whatever, like to juice yourself up. We won't have access to any of that stuff. But we have this process where we have a little Ziploc bag where you'll keep all your stuff in that. So if you need to reapply lipstick, there will be mirrors, I believe, in the room. So if you need to reapply lipstick right before you go on stage, you could do that in that room. They just won't have supplies out for us to use for COVID reasons. Yes, Susie.
Bathroom?
There is, okay, great question. I'm one of
Good
those who have to pee all the time. So
Right before stage.
yeah,
You're
so
nervous.
there are bathrooms in that primp room. Yes.
Yeah.
So as soon as we get in the primp
Mm.
room, there's a time limit. We're allowed to be in there for a certain amount of time. I think it's like 8 to 10 minutes. So as soon as we walk in that room, the timer starts when the first person walks in, I believe, or no, when the last person walks in, whatever the rule is. As soon as you walk in that room, Susie, I would go to the bathroom.
Mhm.
Okay.
Mhm.
And you'll see people running to the bathroom. Don't run, because if you got new Capizios on, they're dangerous to run in. So, and then from there, they'll take us out of that room. Again, it's just going to be really like humming. They take us out of that room. We take our masks off. We put it in our bag, our Ziploc bag. Our Ziploc bags go into our bag ladies' bigger tote bag, and they take them from us. We walk on stage. We do our thing. We walk off stage. We go, we get our bags and we put our masks right back on. Okay. So that's the deal for Saturday. And then we're second. So you can then enjoy the boutique. You can go eat lunch. You can do whatever, but you want to get back to the contest and watch what's going on, especially when it's your first time. You want to see what all the other choruses are doing. So yeah, Susie.
I'm sorry to keep cell phones. Where do we put those?
Those will go in your Ziploc bag.
Oh,
And
it's a
you
big
really
enough
should.
Ziploc bag.
What that?
It's a big enough Ziploc bag.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, typically you'll want your all events badge put in there. You'll want your phone. You'll want any sort of makeup or like a lozenge or something if that's what you need to do. We're typically not allowed to do water bottles. You know, we have, you know, there's been some leeway with that, but you know, if you're gonna have a water bottle, other people have to carry the bags and get them to a spot, then give them back to us. So we just don't want them to be too heavy. But the Ziploc bag won't fit a water bottle. Like the person who's the bag lady, their tote bag might, but yeah. So anything else? Kim or Mary, did I miss anything, at least just for the you know?
I don't think so,
I
but
mean,
Elizabeth
I don't-
has a question.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Actually, not a question, but a statement. I was speaking with Kim Gooding, and she mentioned, because I have open-toed sandals that are really cute, but probably going to hurt my feet like heck afterwards. And she suggested if you get those foldable little slippers, and after you get off stage, you could take your shoes off and put the foldable little slippers on. Just FYI, if anybody has shoes that they know they're going to hurt their feet at the end.
Yep.
Yes, great idea. And so the other thing is you're not going to take your costume off that whole day, but and we'll talk about what we need to wear at other times during the weekend, but you're not going to take your costume off that whole day, but you can go back to the hotel and you can change your shoes. You can go get your pocketbook and, you know, add more stuff. You don't have to stay around at the egg the whole day. And there's an intermission, so if you don't want to miss any contest, you can go back during intermission and then come back. But you know, if your feet are killing you and you didn't grab those little slippers, you have an opportunity to go back to the hotel.
Good to
All
know.
right.
Thanks.
Elena, just one quick thing to mention, and you may be bringing it up at another time, but the whole idea of when you first arrive at the hotel, if this is your first time at competition, I feel like this is something that was stressed a lot when I first joined, and I didn't realize how important it is. But you need to like sort of have the mindset that, you know, even though you're seeing people and it's exciting and it's exuberant, like you to try and maintain your voice at all times. So you're coming into, you know, wanting to be like, wow, you know, and all in a way, maybe you wouldn't do that, but you have to sort of remember, like, you're in this contest bubble from the minute you arrive until we actually take the stage. So it's something that you want to kind of not be like standoffish, but be careful of your voice at all times. And that you really should be drinking water a lot from the minute that you're even getting in the car. Not that you want to like, because you have to get to the hotel, so you want to like bathroom, you know, that's always an issue, but be careful of, that you keep hydrated, because the hotel's very drying. And I don't know if any of that's in these tips that you were going to bring up, Elaine, but I
No,
just
those
think
are
it's
great points. And I didn't have them on my talking points. I don't think we put them in the newbies little.
No, and I think,
So,
I guess
yeah.
it's something that I've done for so long that I never thought about maybe
Yeah.
adding it to the newbie initially when we created it all those years
Mhm.
ago. But I think it's
I've
going to
seen-
be particularly important this year to kind of
Yeah.
try and preserve the voice, because you have had to learn to project through a mask,
Yeah.
and there's like all that is going on in there, and you know, keep yourself lubricated there.
Yep.
That's all. I mean, I don't know where else we might want to talk about the culture of GNC and that
Yeah,
whole
we're
thing.
gonna get to that.
But
Yeah.
this is separate from that, in that from the minute you arrive, even when you're on the bus, it's not like you're rude, but you just kind of say, you know, keep yourself in like a mentality of preservation, I think is what I'm trying to say. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And even when cheering, like at the quartet contest, of course, we want to show our quartets all the love, but really restrain yourself from shouting and screaming and all that.
Right.
Did you want to say something, Marisa, or did you have a question?
I was just gonna say about the dryness. I've seen like people will bring like those facial steamers, or they make ones where you can breathe in like the warm air just to help keep everything nice and
in the
moist.
Hotel room.
Yeah.
I had a roommate that actually had one that went up in the night. Yeah. Yeah.
So any, vocal techniques that you do to preserve your voice, before performances, now would be the optimal time to start.
Start doing it. Yeah.
Yeah. So, all right. So getting then to, what we call a walk around, we want this, GNC A+, chorus presentation, right? So we do, all wear typically like what we call a walk around, which is going to be for Friday. We're going to be expected to wear medium to dark blue jeans with a black top and your GNC pin. All right. Again, that will be on the packing slip. So that's the expectation for all day Friday at contest, as well as at rehearsal that night. Alternatively, you could wear all black as like a dress or a skirt. All right, but with the GNC pin. All right, so no holes in the jeans or rips or whatnot. And if you have to wear sneakers, please have them black. So with that, we also we talk about A+ grooming. So that means our hair is done, it's brushed, right? Our nails are going to be done anyway because it's part of our costume, part of our makeup. But we do also expect, you're looking presentable. And so put a little makeup on Friday, not the chorus makeup, but put a little makeup on, just look presentable. We're trying to present our chorus as like a nice unit. And people will know who you are because you'll have your GNC pin. And we are a chorus that, the region does look up to. So we really want to, hold ourselves to that standard as well. Yeah, Elizabeth.
What about the On Fire t-shirt? Is anybody thinking maybe wearing that Friday?
So great question. Not Friday, but it is, we are asking that you wear it on Saturday morning for our breakfast. Okay. So that'll be part of our program on Saturday morning. So again, that'll be in the packing slip, but just make sure you have, and again, it's like on Friday, we don't want a black t-shirt. We want, something presentable. All right. So any questions about that kind of stuff, definitely direct them to Diane or Joni. But I think you guys get the point, right? Just look your beautiful selves. And then, we wanted to talk a little bit also about mannerisms. So like I just said, a lot of the courses in the region do look up to us, and we want to present ourselves as, role models. So with that, we have to really be careful with when and where we're talking and how we're talking. For example, if you see a chorus perform and it wasn't, as great as maybe you would have expected, we don't do any negative talk in the audience or in the elevators or in the hallways or outside our hotel room door or on the bus. You never know who's sitting near you. You never know who could hear it. And we just really shouldn't do that.
No.
So one of the kind of jokes, and this will be repeated at chorus and probably during our rehearsals and stuff, but one of the jokes is, if someone tells you, "Oh, I love your costume," it's like, "Oh, it must not have sounded good," because they're complimenting your costume. But that's, it's not true. I mean, you'll see, chorus members and quartet members walk around their costumes and let them know, "You look great. You did great. I didn't get to see you, but I hope it went well." A lot of positive talk. And the experience, that's what the experience really is. I think, we'll see what this COVID type of regional contest brings, but it's usually very positive and uplifting and like a fun-filled, really exciting weekend. So, any questions about that? Yes.
There are only 7 choruses going to be there.
Competing, yeah.
Are they all 55 people or less or more?
Some, one is more, or 2 or more. Let me see if I have specifics, but let's see. No, only one is more. So Liberty Oak is singing for evaluation only because they're something. They're the ones who are going to international this year. They're 87, approximately 87 members.
Wow.
Everyone else is 40 or below. Harmony Celebration also is singing for evaluation only. So those are 2 choruses that are being evaluated, but not in the contest. And then there are 7 other choruses competing.
Okay.
All right. So yeah, we'll be the largest one competing with 49. But 49 is not large.
No.
So, yeah. Okay, so yeah, so mannerisms, walk around, A+ grooming. Oh, then we already talked about the makeup Zoom. So we'll get Rebecca to send you guys that. And then oh, I have this picture of the view from the stage. So I wanted to share that with you. Judy Geis actually sent it.
That's
So
nice.
I saw some internal images of the egg and I was like, wow.
yeah,
Looks gorgeous inside.
yeah, this is gonna be the well,
Well, it's not actually in the egg. It's in the convention center, which is like underneath the egg.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, it's like when you arrive and when the buses bring you and drop you off, you're literally sitting right outside the egg, but then you get like in an
Oh.
elevator and you go down.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're underneath the egg.
yeah. So can you see this picture?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay,
Very
I don't
nice.
know what this big green box is around it, but basically this is the view you'll see when we enter this stage.
Okay.
But it's gonna be dark. So up over here, can you see my cursor?
Yep.
Yeah, so these are
Yes.
where the judges will be seated.
Yep.
And they might have like little lamps on, small
Mhm.
lamps on the tables, because they need to see what they're writing.
Mhm.
And then behind them, obviously audience, and up here are like I think two levels of audience seats as well. Now we're on second, so there might not be anyone in the audience. And so that's okay, but just know to expect maybe minimal applause.
Okay.
Doesn't mean we didn't do a great job, just means there's not many people in the audience. All right.
Good to know.
Any questions about the view or anything? We come on from, okay, how do you do stage directions again? When you're looking at the
Stage left.
stage,
Stage left.
is it the stage? Is it when you're standing on the stage though?
I think
We're
it's when
looking
you're
at-
standing on this. I don't remember.
I thought so. It's from our perspective.
Okay,
it's
so
stage left.
we'll be walking on stage left, right? So we walk on stage left, we get up onto the risers. We'll probably, I'm gonna stop sharing so you see you all again. We'll probably practice our walk on. Usually we go row by row and you kind of move up the riser and get to your spot. And then we walk off stage right. And that's where we'll go back like into the concourse and get our bags. Yes, Kim.
You know, mention how Harriet has to touch every single one of us before we go on stage.
Yeah, she has this tradition. She wants to connect with us. So
Aw.
what she'll do is she'll stand at the curtain where we're entering and she'll put her hand out. And it's not a shake. It's just a little connect. And
Touch.
she'll do the next hand and the next hand and the next hand and the next hand. Okay, so she'll remind us at a rehearsal, I'm sure, but it's a really nice moment. You can make eye contact with her. If you feel uncomfortable doing that, you don't have to. If it's going to throw you off your game, it gets you nervous, whatever the case may be. But make sure you make contact with her with your hand. It's just a really nice. It's a moment.
Also, when you're coming, it's like you walk, at least that's how it's always been. We're behind you actually walk the whole length behind the stage as you enter on. And it is so important to be laser focused at that moment, not talking at all. No, it's not a time to be passing any remarks. You'll get people who've been in the chorus a long while who will really not respond. It's not that, it's just that's been the tradition for the chorus for so long, to just sort of have that mindset of being ready to get on stage and what our plan is and running that through your mind. And I know Harriet will say that many times, I think, before that day, but it's
But just
something-
know that there is another chorus on stage when we're back there. So we might be
Exactly, so-
hearing them. We might hear them
Mhm.
sing, and don't let that throw you. It's like, stay in your zone, stay in your bubble and focus. Don't, don't worry
I'll
about
be
what-
on stage singing. You'll be
Oh
able
my
to hear
gosh.
me.
That's great.
Oh, you're right before us. Oh,
Saratoga
boy.
soundtrack. Okay, so Marisa, we have to,
Yeah, I was gonna ask you when we can connect for all of my personal questions.
definitely. Let's, can we do that? Are you gonna be at rehearsal on Tuesday?
I will, yeah.
Okay,
I was,
go ahead.
yeah, I was wondering too, like, do I just ask Harriet how, so Saratoga and both of our rehearsals on Friday night were scheduled for the same time. Saratoga went and had theirs switched, and then I found out that we went and had ours switched, so now they're at the same time again. So do I just ask Harriet how she wants me to handle it
Yeah.
in
I would
terms of
ask
like
her.
splitting them, or, okay,
Yeah, ask her about that, but let's connect on Tuesday because we'll hook you up with whoever stands nearest to you. We'll have your costume ready. We'll get you dressed backstage. They have a space for that where you could get dressed right backstage. You're not
Yeah.
gonna, you're not gonna walk off the Saratoga soundtrack in the same way. You're gonna go right backstage. So we'll talk about
yeah, and
okay.
they arranged the walk off too, so I'm just gonna step down and be the first one off too.
Oh, that.
And Kay, just to let you know, Kay said, and then I'll shut up. Kay said that at their last meeting this past week, they specifically discussed me. And they said not to worry about it. They were going to make sure I had plenty of time so I wouldn't miss anything. So I think the only thing I'll miss is the photo, because the photo is going to be out in the hallway before the print room.
Beforehand.
But not the end of the world. But I'm just planning on having my shirt will be backstage, my lipstick will be backstage. I'm going to give my riser bag to someone in GNC before I leave with Saratoga.
Okay.
So my lipstick, my shirt, and I'm gonna have my flowers, I think, pinned to my shirt.
Great
So I'll
idea.
just, yeah, and a makeup remover will be back there. So I'm gonna just change my lipstick. I already talked to Rebecca about the makeup.
Okay.
They're pretty
Great.
similar. So yeah, just lipstick, shirt,
Yeah. Yeah, we'll have it all. We'll have people on you. You'll have a
and
system
earrings. Okay,
for sure.
cool.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
And don't rush. Because we don't want you to lose any of your breath or whatever. Do not worry. We have 48 other people to get on that stage. Even if you're the last one, you're gonna be probably the last one to get on the stage, and that's fine. We'll get you up to your spot, and it's totally fine. So we'll talk more on Tuesday.
all right.
But with that, it reminded me of something. Oh, the photo. Yes. So in years past, we've taken our photo at the end of the contest. After we perform, we do that final pose, the one we practiced last week and the week before. We do that final pose, and usually we wait for the camera to take 1, 2, 3 pictures. Not happening that way this year. This year, we're going to be taking that photo prior to going into the print room. So, like I was saying earlier, maybe we won't be taking the elevator down then. We might be taking the escalator down to a different area in the concourse where they're going to have a whole separate set of risers set up. We get on those risers, we get our photo taken with that pose, and then we go to the dressing room or print room, warm-up room, whatever you want to call it. All right. Yes, Susie.
Going back to when we're walking behind the stage to get up onto our risers, is it lit?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
It's lit. It's like, like a narrow hallway where, only 2 lanes of traffic can go, right?
Okay, so we're not gonna bang into walls.
Yeah,
and-
no, you'll be
Cool.
fine, but
Okay.
we have to stand in like a single file line up against the wall, like we're back in grade school, quiet, and so, yeah.
The risers,
Mhm.
are they exactly like the risers we have with railings on the back, on the top?
They have railings on the back, yes.
Okay.
But they're not exactly like ours. So Harriet will make sure we're all in position and ready. She will not let the judges know. She has to signal over to the judges, not the judges, the announcer, and let them know we're ready. She will not signal over to them until she knows everyone's in their spot and comfortable.
Okay.
If she sees someone in distress or, something wrong, she will go right up to you and say, what's the problem? She'll fix it. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So that's what she'll kind of like do one of these, and she'll like, you know, make eye contact to you that way too. Make sure everyone's, you know, so there's no rush once we get up there. You might actually, depending on where you stand, you might be standing there for a long time. So again, just take it all in, breathe while you're standing up there, and you know, and just stay focused. Yes, Elizabeth.
But we're not behind a curtain, right? Like
No.
there's no curtain that comes down. Okay. All right.
No, so once we get on those risers, that's what I'm saying. Like if you're standing there for a long time, smile
Yep. Okay.
and breathe and like, you know, get your energy flowing, not too much, but you know, you could kind of do a little, you know, move around ish, you know, you don't want to be a statue because people will be looking at you.
But it's not a long time, like a 3.5 hour rehearsal. We're only going to be there long enough to sing our 2 pieces and
Minutes.
get up and get right. So it's really not that long.
Right.
Yeah,
What I'm saying is,
you're gonna hear the pitch and then it's gonna be over.
yeah,
Feels
that flies by. But what I'm saying is when we walk onto the risers, we walk on single file. So
Oh, okay.
you might get on the riser,
Yeah.
and there's still 3 more rows that have to get on
Got
the
it.
risers.
Got it.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. But
Okay.
we've stood for 3 hours, so we're.
Oh, yeah. No, I don't think you'll have a problem with that. I'm just saying,
that.
you know, I'm just
Got it.
saying it's a little weird standing there waiting for everyone to get on the risers while there are
Right.
people in the audience staring at you. You'll hear clapping, you'll hear, you know, people might scream, GNC, Greater NASA, you know, just don't let any of that distract you, but take it in. Take it in. It's such a cool experience. I hope you all enjoy it as much as we all have. One more thing, there's a mass sing. If you're going to be there on Friday, they kind of open the whole weekend with what they call a mass sing. You probably won't know any of the songs. They're regional songs, but it happens on Friday at noon before the quartet contest starts. It's in a park right next to the Capitol steps. So if you're there at that time, you know, jump on a bus and follow the crowd, because it's a cool, you can just stand there and watch, really. You don't have to sing. And I've actually never been there for it, but it is a pretty cool, you know, experience also.
I went the first year that I went up to Albany with GNC, and there's oftentimes like local media might be around taking pictures of the groups because they're excited that group of singers. I don't really know for this year how that will go, but it's outdoors, so it's pretty nice. And it is a chance to kind of get connected to choruses that are in the region and see they'll be in their shirts or they'll be in their theme or whatever their color might be. And it's sort of like a nice barbershop event. It's like a nice regional thing. Can I just add to one thing about nobody prepared me for the first time I was on contest stage when the lights went on. And I don't really know if it'll happen this way this year, but they come up pretty bright and they're pretty solid. They used to like just go bam right in, and you're like, whoa, where was that? Because you're not used to that at chorus rehearsal. We do the pace of the words, like, you know, Blaze will do the whole spiel, but nobody prepares you for how those lights come on. I don't know if you want to elaborate, Elena, but you know, that's something like I learned to like make sure that I'm looking straight, but I'm not like a lot, because you can actually get a tiered reaction in your eyes and that can throw you off for that first pitch. You know, I don't know if you want to elaborate, Elena, but I just know that happened to me when I first.
Yeah.
So,
I don't know.
I don't know if it's going to be so bright.
Yeah.
It might not be, but just know that the lights do come up.
Yeah.
Because you're in like the shadow. It's not a dark stage. And I don't know if it's that bright, but does anyone, Marisa, I don't know if you can relate to that or if that's something you read with. Or
it's like that weird feeling of all of the lights are so focused down on the stage, and then it's like you can kind of see the judges, but it's almost like an abyss beyond that. But
right.
Yeah.
Are they overhead lights or are they coming in straight at us into our eyes?
I think both.
I just wanted
they're overhead. They're not like on the, they're not at
They're
eye
not
level.
gonna like shine.
As long as we
No,
can
but
carry it,
it's
that's
something
why I'm-
you haven't practiced for the
Yeah.
awareness, unless you're a stage person or has
Yeah.
been on multiple stages performing. It's something that you might not necessarily, I'm not saying you should be concentrating on it, but just don't let it throw you.
Yeah.
I'm just
Yeah.
concerned about it being blinding,
No, it's
It's
not.
not gonna
No,
be
not
blind.
blinding, but it's just a different, it's
just
different.
the actual spotlights are on us.
Don't look at the
Stage
sun.
light comes- It's like you're in this, and then the lights are on, and it's kind of goes with the pitch. It kind of comes on.
I mean, everyone should know if they tend to have sensitive eyes. I do not. I find the people with paler eyes tend to have sensitive eyes. So yeah.
Maybe that's why I'm saying it, because
so-
it was, for me, it was a little challenging.
Mhm.
Yeah,
And
I
even, like,
definitely
with-
felt it.
With the makeup, like if you tend to not wear makeup and then when you do, you're like, Peggy Smith, very sensitive eyes. She's like, no matter what she does, her eyes water with like the makeup. And so she always keeps a little tissue tucked in her bra. And so when we're like walking backstage, you'll catch her dabbing her eyes. No matter what she does, she can't, she hasn't conquered that. So if you happen to know that keep a little tissue in there.
Yeah, absolutely.
I
to
guess
bring
that's
it
what
back.
we're trying
Not
to give you the other
whole
side
thing.
of things, just the little local tips, and everybody's experience is going to be different. What I'm saying may never apply to you, but I just think that if we keep our mind and our thoughts towards things can happen and not let it throw you, is kind of where my message is for you, if that makes sense. And
So it helps to hear those heads up of like things we might not expect. You know what I mean? Like I've
Or
done
just-
courses, but I've never had it with bright lights. So that could like, whoa, I didn't expect that. So yeah, no, that is-
right, don't let it throw your first pitch, because that's
Yep.
so critical, you know what I mean?
The
And,
other thing is, Harriet mentioned this last night, our eyes are on her the whole performance. If you happen to notice the judges behind her, you might see some judges like Roseanne last night or 2 nights ago. She never picked her head up because they're writing. Don't think like, oh no, we're not doing a good job or whatever. That's their job to have their head down to write. But then there are other judges who have to watch us and their eyes are going to be on us the whole time, so that's another thing. Just an awareness. Like we just don't, like Mary said, we don't want anything to throw you. So,
right.
yeah.
Yeah, it's fair to ask questions to the other members, but be strategic when you're asking them,
You could come to me at any time and ask me. You could come to
I think-
Kim at any time and ask Kim.
Yeah.
In the middle of a rehearsal, if
Right,
it's not an opportune time,
right,
save it and, check
Right.
with us later.
exactly.
We don't want you to worry about a thing. So we're here for you.
I have a question.
Yeah.
The testing, are we to be bringing tests? When do we do them? In the room the morning before? I just want to know ahead of time.
So great question, Joan, and I don't have an answer for that yet. And the whole chorus will receive that information at the same time. Okay.
Okay.
So I'm imagining that e-packet, it's going to go out hopefully before Tuesday, but if not, we'll have it Tuesday the latest. And in that e-packet, you'll like I said, you'll have all those documents. So it'll be in there somewhere, whether it's written in on the schedule or it's, so I promise you'll have that information. So make sure you have a couple of tests to bring up there with you. Okay.
Right. Okay.
Anything else that we did not cover?
Nothing like I said, Sunday. I mean, half the people are going to be gone Sunday, so nothing's happening Sunday.
Yeah, so Sunday you wake up and you leave. There never was anything Sunday pre-COVID anyway, but there used to be a big blowout party on Saturday night that people wanted to spend the night and they slept in on Sunday. So we'll get there. We'll get back to that, and you will experience that in a year from now, hopefully, or.
And we're not doing that reception room, right? There's no reception room this year too. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, Susie.
So we all had to prepay for Friday night's dinner and Saturday night's dinner if we're staying on Saturday night. So we're gonna pick up our food and eat where?
So it's up to you. They will have like tables available in like the ballrooms surrounding, if it's the buffet dinner.
They're
You
both
can-
buffets, aren't they?
Well, Thursday night is a box dinner. So yeah,
Oh,
Friday,
oh,
Saturday are buffets, but they'll have boxes available if you want to box it and go to your room. Okay, you could take it back up to your room. If not, they'll have like, tables scattered around and you could just, park yourself wherever. Okay. There's also like a lobby that has some couches and seating. There's a bar. So that might also be an option, but I'm not
With the
certain.
social distancing and the masking business, I don't know,
Well, I mean, you want to be as safe as possible. Obviously, you're allowed to take your mask off when you're eating. We will be eating breakfast together. We will be at tables together. But we'll keep it to a minimum as best we can.
Speaking of masking, so Albany County does not have a mask mandate, but it is they're encouraging it. So is it like going to be a request from Greater Nassau that we lead by example and wear them, or we can do whatever we want?
No, the region is requiring us to wear them at all times.
Okay, so
before-
even in
yeah.
the hotel and all that? Okay,
Yeah.
I was just curious.
Yeah. So, yeah, we just got information on that. And like I was saying, we even have to wear it through, we call it the pattern, by the way. So if you hear us say the pattern is when we get on the bus right before contest and go through, go down the elevator, go into that print room, go backstage. We call it the pattern. So while even going through the pattern up until we're getting backstage, we have to have the mask on and we'll take it off. Yeah.
So we're disposable and then we throw it out when we leave the print room and then we have a spare in our riser bag?
Oh, or you could just put the one in the riser bag and then, throw the baggie in your bag lady's tote as you're walking backstage. Yeah.
Okay.
I have an interesting question. I don't think it's something for recently, but I saw late Tuesday night that Harriet was wearing a mask that had a GNC logo on it. Was that?
I was gonna ask the same thing.
True.
Because I like that. I
It's
said that-
like-
I don't know if they're going to be available to us or no, if that's just a Harriet thing.
Why don't we wait and see?
Okay.
Yeah. All right, ladies, I don't want to keep you too much longer. I know we said half hour, but this was, I hope, helpful for you. And, thank you, Kim
Very.
and Mary, for bringing these ladies
Wonderful.
in and supporting them this whole time.
Thank you.
One,
Can I just-
one more quick question.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're singing the two pieces and then there's a third if we win. So we have to go back on stage when
Yeah.
we win and sing
Yeah.
a third piece. Is that gonna be? What is it gonna be?
So
Once in a lifetime.
great
Once
question.
in a lifetime, yeah.
Yep, Once in a Lifetime is the song we would sing as an acceptance song. I don't know the details of how that would work either though, because, we would have our masks on while sitting in the audience. But we would also have our bags with us. So in the past, I think we usually I don't know if we left the bags on our chairs or we brought the bags up on the
Yeah.
stage and threw, I don't remember, but
What we did.
we'll have to figure out, we go up on the stage, we take our mask
Mhm.
off again and we put, so.
There were people in there near us too, because we always went to a location where everyone sat together, Elena, and then
Yeah.
everybody. So there was usually a fan or two of our group that was always there to kind of keep an eye on our stuff.
Watch your
Watching
stuff.
our
Left it
stuff.
there.
Yeah,
I'm
okay.
pretty sure we left it there.
And then
Yeah,
you like parade across the stage too, and the outgoing chorus puts your medals on you, right?
Yeah, so if we have the honor of winning, you get up on the stage and everyone's celebrating and yes, there are members of the outgoing chorus, they'll give us a medal, they'll put it around our neck and you'll be so excited. And again, as Mary said earlier, maintain your vocal composure because we will be singing right after that. It's exciting and especially if we get a score that we've never gotten before, we will be thrilled, but do not scream until we're done singing Once in a Lifetime.
And the pin, we're gonna be wearing the pin at the chorus, at the concert, at the contest?
No, we do not wear it. It is not part of our costume.
We put that back in our room.
We only wear it on Friday when we're wearing our walk around on the
Okay.
black top. Yeah, the black shirt. Okay. Yeah.
Black shirt, you said not, like it could be short sleeve, it just can't be a t-shirt, right?
Yeah, it could be,
Right.
like a
Like a
blouse,
little-
something presentable,
That's a
not
nice- Could it have other colors in it and mostly black, or it has to be solid black?
solid
Okay. I
black.
wanna
Solid
make sure.
black.
If I look, I want to make sure it's solid black. Okay.
Yeah.
And then with the
Would it
bag,
be the one, sorry.
no, quickly, the baggie, do we pick up our own baggie or they supply us with a baggie?
You'll get a baggie at breakfast.
Okay.
We,
Okay, got
it's
it.
like a whole
No.
process. Someone will be your bag lady. They'll give you your baggie, and that's the person you'll give the baggie to before you get on stage, and you'll get it from them afterwards.
Perfect, okay.
You'll even have like a name tag on it and all that. It'll be, yeah. So,
If you ordered the black top with the GNC logo, don't bring that one?
you could probably wear that. Double check with Diane. I think that
Okay.
counts because it is technically like the pin.
That's good.
I
I have a plain one. It's
but,
okay.
Yeah,
I'll bring
but
both.
not,
Mhm.
just not the pink, okay, Joan? Not any
No,
of the
no
pink
pink,
Trans
no.
Am. Yeah.
No pink. Okay.
And
Okay.
the On Fire t-shirt, because the On Fire is for Saturday.
Yeah,
Well, that's
and
for
yes,
Saturday.
it'll be on the packing list. And, you could wear sweats on the bottom if you want to the breakfast. The breakfast, like,
Echo,
yes,
thank you.
like, when we talk about like being presentable, like it's breakfast, again, most of us would have our makeup on because,
Echo, turn off.
but, yeah. So, I mean, people have come down to breakfast in their pajamas before, so.
Wow.
Oh,
And their makeup on.
Right, right. Yeah. Okay. Mary, you've been so quiet. Are you good?
Yeah, I think so. I'm
Okay.
just trying to absorb it all right now.
Good. Take it all in. If you think of anything, shoot me an email or speak to me at Chorus. I'm happy to answer any more questions that come up.
Okay.
Sorry, can I just say one more quick thing?
Sure.
Elaine?
Yeah.
Just from my heart, I want to just say, I wish you all the best.
thank you.
Wish I was going to be there, but
You're not gonna be there?
I'm going to be watching
Oh.
and
Oh, you can't
cheering.
make it?
And I'm
Oh.
sorry that I haven't met some of you in person, but
Oh.
just know that I'm there.
Oh.
Thank you.
Thanks, Mary. Thanks for everything you've done,
Yes, you do a great job.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Mhm.
I just wanted you to know how much I love you all, and I'm there with you in spirit, okay?
Yep,
Thank
absolutely.
you.
Absolutely.
Thank you,
Uh-oh, we
Elena.
lost you, Elena.
Oh my God, I'm so sorry. You were saying something so sweet, Mary, and my computer just shut down.
No, it's just that I didn't even think I would feel this way, but I just really want you to know how much I wish I was there, and that I wish you all the best.
We love you, Mary.
Thank you
Yeah,
so much.
Mary.
Hopefully we'll be together soon.
Yes. Thank you for all your support with these newbies. They're going to be great. And
I know you're going to be amazing. It's going to be such a great experience. So make sure you pick up a ribbon for me, okay?
definitely.
If that's
All
to
right.
be. I'm just gonna wish it into existence. That's how I'm feeling right now.
Thank you.
Manifest it for sure.
That's right.
All
All
right.
right, ladies. Sorry about that. I'm now on my iPhone, my computer.
Thank you so much for all the information. Really appreciate it.
Yes.
You got
thank
it.
you.
All right,
This
ladies.
was
We'll
very
see you
good.
Tuesday.
All right.
See you Tuesday. Good night.
Bye.
Bye.
Take care.
How do I turn this off?